I want to talk about Styxhexenhammer. And no, I'm not piling on to his current miserable position. I want to praise him and express my gratitude. Now, I discovered Styxhexenhammer around the time of my divorce, probably about 2015-ish. Back when he was in Vermont, and he was making libertarian political commentary, as well as doing gardening videos, and he was reviewing MREs, and being an edgelord, and also talking about the occult. I found his discussions on the occult, and I very fascinating, and I very much appreciated and respected the fact that he made a living publishing these occult works. He'd dig up whatever public domain stuff, edit, translate, whatever, and publish, and made them available for people. And then, his edition, he'd get paid for, right? He'd sell these things through Amazon. And I think that's great. I respected the fact that the guy found a niche for himself with a passive income. That once the books were published, the work was done, and whoever bought a book would get paid. I enjoyed this one time he shaved his beard but left a toothbrush mustache, and people were joking that he was Styxhexenhammer. I thought that was really funny. And I enjoyed the jokes. I don't know where the rumor got started that he had a 10.2-inch penis, but we call them 10.2, and I was just, very impressed with this man. And in fact, I sent him a package of purple beans for his garden, and I wanted to reach out and just give him something. And I really appreciate his gardening videos. He seemed like, I really like this guy. I respected the niche he found for himself. And, we personally would probably not be friends. I still respected him. Even bought a copy of the Petite Albert, because I just wanted to see, what was in it, and to use it perhaps as inspiration for Dungeons and Dragons campaigns, because there's all these ingredients for potions and such in that, and it never turned out to be of any benefit to me, but still, I wanted to support him somehow, so I bought the Petite Albert. I ended up in time just kind of getting bored with his political commentary, because I had a good idea of what it would be, right? Which is fine. You don't have to agree with. You don't have to watch everything a producer creates. You just let it go, do other things with your time. And then found out he moved to Europe, and he was married, and then sometime later, again, I stopped following him for a while. He was back in America, and arrested in Louisiana, and then legal troubles in Vermont, and having his teeth knocked out, and just, it sounded like he was having a really, really hard time. And I'm not saying it wasn't of his own doing, okay? I'm not excusing anything. But I started trying to listen to some of his content, and it felt like it wasn't Tarl anymore. It felt like it was someone else speaking through him. I felt, when I listened to him talk, it felt disturbing, oily, dark, depressive. It was really sad. Here's a man who I respected very much, seems to have fallen down a really dark place, and I hope he can get himself out of it. It's not my place to lift him out of it. It's not my place to try. I don't even have the resources to try, but even if I could, that's not my place. I'm not his friend. I'm not in his life. But I want to express gratitude, and I'm very thankful for the content he did make. The gardening, the occult research, all that. That's really fantastic stuff. And I remember another time too, he was talking to Varg, and they were arguing about whether to have families, and Varg very much into the permaculture and just having large families and just living wholesomely now and just letting civilization crash. And on that particular point, I agree with Varg on. If I don't have a family, trying to just live with the land, permaculture, and just, learning to be barbarians again. I agree with him on that. I remember Styxhexenhammer said that he figured his contribution to society is more mimetic than genetic, and they argued about that briefly. But that's like one little moment in time I remember, and I enjoyed their exchange. I guess that's all I really have to say. So I'll just say it directly to Tarl Warwick. I am very thankful for the good things that you did, and I wish you the very best. I hope you can get through your legal troubles and whatever it has got you so down and miserable. I hope you can find a way through it. I wish you the very best. All right, folks. Thanks for watching.